Hi everyone. A lot of people ask me what I do with the jewelry bags that I get. And some of the pieces, as I mentioned, I give to charities. Other pieces I put online. Some pieces I keep for myself. And then I sell others at flea markets. The pieces that I put online are usually the ones that are signed, and I know I can get a lot of money for online. The ones that I sell, that I bring to the flea market, are pieces that are pieces of jewelry that are definitely worth money, but I just don't know that I would get $400 for any individual piece of jewelry at the flea market. So I just wanted to show you some of the the jewelry that I do bring with me. These are some Bakelite, different shapes, octagonal, a clamper bracelet, interesting color, carved rings. Here's a dome ring, different thicknesses. Again, different colors. Then something that's not Bakelite, but from the same sort of era, is this lucite carved, lathe carved, probably the mane off of the horse. They did a lot of this back in the 1930s and on 1920s, 1930s. It was sort of an inexpensive way for women to get sort of at a whimsy to their outfit and not having to spend a lot of money. They were carved, reverse carved, painted like this little guy. Then there are some really great earrings. These are Bakelite hoop earrings. And then there are other whimsical things like this dice set. I also just wanted to give a little show of my boxes. I love collecting vintage boxes, some with jewelry company names. They're from different parts of the country, different parts of the world. I just always thought that if I ever opened up a store, I would put them into my jewelry cases. I think that they just add a bit of history. Something else that I'm going to be bringing with me. This is just made up of all different pieces from different time periods. It's like a really nice charm necklace with a glass parts. Here's another Bakelite clamper bracelet. This one is studded with rhinestones, though, as an extra embellishment. Then I have these are also like from the, I would say, 1930s. They're pot metal. Just done, painted really nicely with just a lovely look, an extra bit of embellishment for an outfit. Then these are Bakelite beads. They did Bakelite in a lot of different, they used Bakelite in a lot of different ways and for a lot of different things. They also used it for radios and so on. This is a nice Trifari pin, one of the early Trifari pieces. Then I have this, I have a set. This is by a company called Eugene. This is a pair of earrings. Just really, really great look to it. I have, let's see, what else do I have here? So many different nice things. Here's a vintage a vintage Weiss piece. Not typically what you think of when you think of Weiss jewelry. They were more known for their rhinestones. But this just also has a really good look to it, a good quality piece. And I can't focus on it, but their mark is on the back there. Metropolitan Museum of Art, very dimensional looking. They made and make really good pieces of jewelry. Some gold, some sterling, some with gemstones, some gold plated. This piece is a Juliana piece, also probably from the 50s. There are certain things to look for in their construction. They can go for a lot of money, especially if you have a set. I mean, just look at all of the artistry in this piece. That's what I love about costume jewelry so much, is it is wearable art. Here's a nice Pauline Raider piece. Cute little whimsical elephant. Even if something is damaged, I still, if I can get it at a good price, and I'll sell it at a good price, a fair price. This is an early Coro piece. Unfortunately, it's missing the enamel. You could see a little piece of it right there. But has just a great look, and people repair them. Not just people that are selling them, but people that are going to buy them, because once they're all gone and collected and everything, I mean, where are you going to find another? Again, that's why I call it wearable art. Adorable little Trifari, again, whimsical, dimensional pin, brooch. Now this one doesn't have any signature on it, but I just think this is just so amazing. The construction of this, and the faceted eyes that give it a little bit of sparkle, and the rhinestones, and just, again, the newer jewelry. Perhaps that's why older jewelry is so appealing, because the construction and the quality is just so much different than most of the jewelry today. Not all, but most. This is a nice little cameo by Florenza, who was known for making cameo jewelry, as well as many other lovely, lovely styles. Here's a Mandel guitar playing, looks like one of the Beatles, kind of. I'm just not sure which one. With his interesting hair floating about, made out of chain. Again, very dimensional, just very different. Here's a more contemporary piece, made probably in the 90s or so. This is Laurel Birch, and she is very well known for doing cats as well as other animals, but particularly cats. And this is just enamel, and this is her look, and signed Laurel Birch on the back. Then there is, this is by a company called Dorlan, and has today's sort of minimalist, I know there's a lot of color and dimension going on, but the lines are very clean, and has a nice rich look to it. Then, let's see, I have, this is Kenneth J. Lane. This is Kenneth J. Lane for Avon. So Kenneth J. Lane was a society guy and made very lovely jewelry for actresses and socialites and so on. And then he made a deal with Avon to start designing jewelry for them. I think it affected his status in the jewelry world. I don't think it necessarily helped him. It might have helped him monetarily, but I feel as though it was sort of, in my opinion, a step down for him. But his vintage pieces, his original ones, are just breathtaking. This bracelet is a Victorian revival bracelet, so it looks like it could be from the Victorian period. It isn't, but made really well and a really nice look to it. Let's see. Then we have some wedding cake glass beads. These are Venetian, made in Venice, and just the detail on them is, again, spectacular. And these may be uranium, which means that there is actually uranium glass, which means that there is actually uranium in them. But as far as I know, no danger posed. And they're called wedding cake beads because of the decoration that's on them. Just, again, really, really nice, and different types of beads. Then, let's see, as we move along, here's an Art Deco bracelet. It's an inline bracelet, nice and sparkly. Looks like it could be real sapphires. They also made these in sterling silver. This one, however, is not. Then here's also sort of an inline. This is made of celluloid, and was made during the Bakelite era. I forget which one preceded, but around this, maybe, well, I forget which one preceded, but also has a really nice look. Could you imagine a bunch of these just stacked on top of each other? In the 20s, I believe. It was very popular, very in vogue. Then I have a Peking glass. This is the Peking glass. It's sort of like a mottled green glass, and then very dimensional glass. This was most of this type of jewelry was made by the Niger brothers. I think that's Neiger, and they were known for making this look, and they also did scarabs and Egyptian motifs, and just great jewelry. Let's see, what else do I have? This is a newer piece. This is by a company called Carolee. Just very whimsical looking, just very appealing. It's enamel, different colored enamel with rhinestones. Then I have, let's see, who is this made by? I forget, but it's another designer bracelet. What's really interesting about this is that it's sort of a half and half. It's a gold tone with rhinestones and sort of scales on one side, and then silver tone with rhinestones and scales on the other. Again, dimensional, just lovely and sparkly. And then one of the last pieces that I'm going to show in this case is this Chinese export. It's actually coral and turquoise, and was made for export to the U.S. Could be from the 40s. So that's pretty much what I'm going to take to this is what I'm going to take to the flea market with me. Just a sort of an idea of the kinds of things that I take. This is the costume jewelry. In my next video, I'm going to show you the sterling silver jewelry that I take with me. So thank you for watching this video, and come back to look at my sterling and gold and semi-precious video. Thank you.